Hey everyone, John here. It's almost Christmas and there is no snow on the radar, so I figured I'd do what any do-it-yourselfer would do. I'd build my own snowman. So let's get cutting. I will attempt to use as much scrap material as I can from inside the garage, so for me this entire project will cost $4.50. I purchased an 8-foot fence post and cut it in half. This will allow me to make 2 snowmen. I decided to go low tech with this project so anyone can do it. So all you will need for this project is a jigsaw, a drill, and a circular saw. I have out my doweling jig, but I don't expect you to have this. I just like overkill. Start by cutting your 8-foot post in half. With a circular saw, this should take 2 passes. Measure down 5 inches from the end and make your mark on the edge. Then 1 more inch and make a mark on the opposite edge. Now take a straight edge and join your 2 marks together. Grab your circular saw and cut your line. Set your blade as deep as possible. Then flip your board and finish your cut. Find a scrap piece of plywood, a minimum of 6 inches by 6 inches. This will be the base of your hat. Find something a little larger than a paint can to make a circle with. I grabbed my car wash bucket. Draw a circle onto the board. Your circle does not need to be perfect. As you can see, mine is not here. Now grab your jigsaw and cut out your circle. Take the leftover scrap from your cut and draw your caret on the leftover space. Going back to your jigsaw, cut out your caret. Find yourself a quarter and trace out a couple of round circles for your eyes. Go back to your jigsaw and cut out your eyes. I cut out an extra couple of pair just in case I screwed some up. This next step is optional, but if you want to, you can grab some sandpaper and sand them down to get all the little nicks and burrs off. But if you want that rustic look, it really doesn't matter. Find yourself a 2x4 that is longer than 32 inches. Then mark 2 pieces, with each one being 16 inches long. After you cut your 2 pieces, stack them on top of each other and make sure they are centered. Then mark both sides of the top of the board. Take the circular saw and set the blade depth for half the distance of the board. This next step might take a while, but cut out the space between your lines, making multiple passes. This will give you a solid base for your snowman. Then repeat the same process to the other board. Now you have all the main parts for the snowman, so let's start putting them together. Grab the base of your hat and one of the 5-inch angled pieces. Place it on the center of your circle and then flip it over and nail it into place. Take your base, your hats, and your eyes and spray paint them black. Here is my opportunity for overkill again. I am going to make my own dowels. You will find your scrap piece if you have one. If not, then you need to add another $1 to the project and buy a small dowel. Now take your caret and drill a small hole in the bottom of it, the same circumference as your dowel. Ensure your dowel fits before you move on. This next step is overkill for me again. You will be cutting your dowel in 1/2-inch pieces to make the snowman smile. So real quick, I will run through the process of making all of my dowels. Go back to your base piece and mark your face accordingly. If you need to lay out the pieces to see how they look, go ahead and do it because it worked for me. After your face is marked, drill out your nose and your teeth holes. Take some white spray paint and spray paint your base post. Take your eyes and place pilot holes in the center of each one. Place a nail in each pilot hole. You can spray paint your teeth black, or you can just grab a black Sharpie and color each one. Find a flannel shirt that your kids have outgrown and cut it from arm to arm. Take your hat and place a pilot hole on each side at a slight angle towards the center. Take a little wood glue and put 1 bead in each hole. Then simply take each tooth, now that they're dry, and tap them in with a hammer. Now nail in your eyes. Flip your base upside down and place a screw in the bottom of it with a little bit of the tip protruding. Then attach it to the bottom of your snowman. Now screw on your hats. Place a bead of glue on each carrot and put them in place. Now we have to find some arms. So I just walk out to the tree in my front yard. And of course, I find one perfect one on the ground right there. What you're looking for is a long arm, pretty thick, and with a V so you can have it replicate hands. And then I see another one right there. Now I get to test my vertical. Because I was too lazy to go into the garage and grab a ladder, I just kept jumping until I reached it. Take your pieces and trim them down to make them look more like hands. Now below the mouth, drill out some holes for your arms. Now attach your arms. If you want to place a little bit of wood glue inside to make them permanent, you can, but I tend to want to pull mine out at the end of the year so I can store them easier. Now take the shirts that you cut earlier and kind of fold them so there's no inside showing and wrap them around their necks and arms and just tie it off. Now I bought these fake flowers at the dollar store. I got 2 of them, but of course if you're only making one snowman, it'll only cost you $1. So the 8-foot fence post cost me $3.50 and this cost me another $1. So that's how the total project came to $4.50. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to cut them all separate so I can string and wrap them around the hats, and that will be the last part of the project. There's wire in each piece, so just bend them and hook them to each other. They tend to grab each other pretty well. So just wrap it around the hat and then you're all finished. And that's all there is to it. A simple little project to add some decoration to your yard if it fails to snow. As always, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. And if you like my snowmen, hit that thumbs up.